Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. I'm here in the plant room, and lately the weather has been kind of dull and rainy and cloudy, so there hasn't been much light coming in through the windows. It's another cold, cloudy day out today. So the trees on this front bench by the window, they get enough light through the winter that I don't need to add supplementary lighting. They get enough light from these windows to at least get them through the winter healthy. They would benefit from additional light, but they don't really need it being this close to the windows. On the other side of the room, you can see it's actually brighter today. I've put all my birthday lights up, so there's 3 of them. These lights, LED lights on these adjustable arms. So I put them in position to give some light to the back of the room here. Now, ideally, my eventual plan is to have like 3 tiers on the back wall and artificial lighting. That'll come next year. I just, again, ran out of time this year. But at least, the trees at the back of the room now have light, and that'll get them through. There's enough light going on them that they'll stay healthy. I've also added some lighting downstairs. Let's go have a look at that. Here we are in the basement now. So let's go to the very end here with my Sarissa. So I've always had a dedicated grow light just above my Sarissa, so I added that just recently. It's an LED light. And it seems to get the tree through the winter really nice. So it's cool down here. I keep it watered. And the grow light seems to keep it really healthy all winter. And the temperatures down here range between about, on the very coldest days of winter, it can go down to about 6 degrees Celsius, maybe 7. And the warmest it gets down here is about 12 degrees Celsius. So it stays cool, that's for sure. I added another light over here. This is another LED light. Above this area, it needs to be lowered down. It's kind of too high, but I'll do that in the future. And then I got Connor's adjustable arm lights here too. So they're adding a bit of light. So yeah, there's enough light down here that these plants at these temperatures, they get enough light to get them through the winter without any problems. I'm back in the plant room here. Another thing I've been doing in the plant room is turning down the temperature at night. So if we come down here under the bench, there's my radiator style heater and the fan behind it. So there's 3 settings on the heater. There's low, medium, and high. So I just have it on medium at the moment in the daytime. And then at nighttime, I turn it down to low. So in the daytime, the temperature here comes up to, I don't know, about 20 degrees Celsius at the moment. And then at nighttime, it lowers down to about 10. So quite a bit cooler at night. And it seems to really keep the trees happy. And then if I get a sunny day, it really warms up in here because of all the sun coming in. It'll heat up to like 30 in here, 30 degrees Celsius. So that's my strategy. Cool it down at night, warm it up in the daytime, and I think that'll be beneficial for the plants. I'll give you some updates in the plant room here and show you how the trees are doing. Let's start down here. Here's my jade, and you can see it's got flowers coming on it, which is exciting. My crown of thorns, my white one, the flowers are kind of drooping now. I think they're spent, but I'm not sure. It kind of keeps flowering upon flowers, which is really interesting. All the other succulents here by the window are doing fine. My new euphorbia down there is doing really well. That killer one. Yeah, they're all doing well. The poinsettia here, this is one Jay gave me, is flowering, which is pretty exciting. Now, these aren't the flowers, the red part, but the flower comes in the middle later on. These are like modified leaves that turn red, but we'll call them flowers. My bougainvillea is kind of sitting dormant. It's kind of lost a lot of leaves here, but that always happens every year. My Vietnam style ficus, I'm just letting it grow. I have all that moss covering the roots down here, and I'm hoping I get a lot of aerial roots, new ones growing in that moss. So that's the reason I'm just letting it grow. My rubber trees down here, right here, they are starting to leaf out once again after the last pruning, so that's exciting. I can prune off the older leaves. My Ficus religiosa here the buds are doing really well on it. They're ready to come out into leaf. In fact, there's the first leaf there, I think. Yeah, so that's exciting to see that come back into leaf after its pruning. Zin's lychee tree here is doing really well. My Schefflera is doing really well. It's all bushy. I'm going to bring that out and have a look at it this winter. Do some pruning and refinement to it. My bougainvillea down here. Let me just get it out. There it is. Yeah, it's doing really well. It's leafing out nicely after the last pruning, so that's exciting. I got my willow leaf ficus in here. This bougainvillea is still flowering. My monster Medusa aloe is back there. My Fukian tea is not doing well. Oh well. Norfolk Island pines are in. They're looking good. They're greening up nicely. The guava tree here is looking really good, growing well. There's the cutting that will be growing on my root over temple planting. This is a Natal ficus, and there's the temple down on the floor here. I have a few plants on the floor here. I just don't have room for them. My yucca forest is just coming into leaf beautifully. It's looking really, really good. My old Ficus religiosa, this little one here, is doing well. It's got new buds on this branch. My Portulacaria afroforest has dedicated grow lights above it. That should be, coming into leaf soon. What else? My Natal ficus back here is, I think it's ready for a pruning. My Brazilian rain tree from the workshop is doing really well. My Schefflera here, my large leaf Schefflera, my Australian umbrella tree, is looking really good. I like it. I love the large leaves and all the aerial roots. I think it's a cool plant. So yeah, I'm really happy. This tree really transformed this year. My Frankenficus, not much growth since the last pruning, but I don't expect too much in the winter. My Ficus Fancy over here, it's doing well. Huge canopy on it. That could definitely benefit from a grow light above it. It's kind of dark back there, so I'll see what I can do. It's just, the problem is once I move all the plants in here, there's no room to, get back to the back wall to hang lights or anything. I really need to do this in the summer. And in the summer, I'm busy outside most of the time, so I don't think of the plant room much. But this year I'll have to do that. I'll have to set this all up with lights. My other problem is I move a lot of these benches from this plant room outside. So I need to build my own benches in the plant room here that I don't move. And I'm going to do that. I think 3 tiers on the back wall here and grow lights will just be perfect. I'll utilize the whole back wall. So I should be able to fit them all in then. The actual plant room this year is doing really, really well. I have no new condensation or anything at the ceiling here, which is good. The stains there on the ceiling are from last year. It's the plastic. But yeah, I've been checking for condensation all the time and I haven't seen any. So that's really exciting because I always had a problem with condensation in here. There'd always be water running down my wall here and, you know, rotting out the roof and the room. So this year, I think with it all sealed up properly, there's no moisture or very little getting into the structure of the building. And it seems to be working really, really well. I did have that problem with condensation on the front plastic. So these windows are glass, but they just have a plastic coating on the inside that's sealed. And I do have a problem with condensation running down underneath the benches here, which are very crowded, and onto the floor. So people have suggested putting fans down there. That might, you know, dry the condensation away, or, you know, put towels or something and just keep, you know, wringing them out into a bucket or something. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem that I think in the future, over the summer, I'm going to put plastic so the water will run down the wall, and then I'll put like a little trough at the bottom and I'll collect it. I think that's the best solution, because you can see today, you know, this condensation is not going to go away. It's humid in the plant room here. It's warm and humid, and that wall is cold with the windows, so no matter what, I'm going to get condensation. So I think the best thing to do is just run it down into like an eaves trough along the bottom, collect the water, and reuse it. I've got a lot of my pots underneath these shelves in the plant room here, so I'm utilizing the room quite well. The only place, as I said, was this back wall. I can get more shelves up there and more lights. I think that'll improve it quite a bit. So after a little bit of indoor work, I'm going to head outside now and fix the greenhouse, because it is supposed to rain tonight. I'm going to fix the greenhouse with the tuck tape. I'm hoping that holds. Here's a look at the roof that I've got to tape up. So we'll come around here, and right up here, you can see all the plastic is down, torn open. It's actually in 3 places: here, here, and then up there. So I got a lot of fixing to do. Stick the tape on here, like that, and then try and stretch it over. I think I'll have to clear out the trees from the inside here so I can climb up and fix this from the inside. I just can't reach the top any other way. Move these out to the benches. There we go. Got my platform here. Got my tape. Again, I'll grab the one side and pull it over. Well, it's holding. All right, I'm going to start on this back one now. All right. So I just got to go over this arch here. Somehow put them together. All right. Drop my tape. It's okay, I'll get it once again. Hi. Just getting my tape. That's all good. I think I've got to start on the far end here now. I'm going to do that outside. So when I say it's summer-like out, there's still snow on the ground. And over here, you can see there's snow on the bench still here. So it's not, you know, what I would call summer-like out, but it's certainly better than freezing cold. So yeah, I've got the ladder here. I think I can get up on here and kind of repair that top, I hope. I'll show you what the roof looks like now. I mean, it's not very pretty, but there it is. So I've reinforced this one. The other splits. Yeah, it's really, definitely needs fixing. So that'll be fun. I'm going to enjoy, you know, redoing this greenhouse. I've got some plans. I'll show you what I'm going to do on the far side. Over on this side, I've got some plans to extend the greenhouse out a bit, and I'll show you what I'll use. So right here I've got these triangle shaped windows from the plant room, so I can lay them on the side and kind of make a cold frame extension off the greenhouse. That should be pretty good. So that's got the Polyhouse fixed. It'll hold the rain off at least. It definitely won't hold the snow off, so I'm hoping that tarp will fix that. I'll put one of those insulated tarps over it. Yeah, so that's kind of fixed for now. And it's getting dark out again. What a surprise. In the glass greenhouse here, I put a new black backdrop up. It's a lot more area than I had before, so it should be a little better for making videos out here in winter. It also kind of highlights the succulents up top here. And my collection of little figurines. From Emily and Candace. All my other ones. Really cool. This one from Zin. That was from a viewer. Yeah. My little jades are growing in. They're looking good. That one's doing well. Today was a bit of a fix-em-up day. I got the LED lights hung in the basement. I added the birthday lights in the plant room, and I got my greenhouse roof kind of, I wouldn't say fixed, but temporarily fixed. So I'm hoping, you know, I can throw a tarp over and that'll get me through the winter, and then a more permanent solution will be coming in the spring or the summer. So that is all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.